Yeah, before people will start asking questions, I'll do a short introduction. Everyone is aware who is Dr. Anna. And maybe since we have 30 people here, maybe it's going to be tough to ask for everyone questions. I know there's the main questions. Maybe I can lead with a few questions that covers everyone questions. And then after that, we can go into questions, if that's okay.
Sure.
Sure. So Dr. Anna, again, thank you for joining. I know we're all very busy. Yeah, we're all very busy before this next few days before we restart our project, our journey. And if you can tell us really quick the story of EndoTech, like in a 1 minute, a short story.
Pleasure. I will start with my personal story. When I was doing my PhD, I went to Paris and I got exposed to trading and investment. I worked with AXA, with Siemens, with all London Business School, with all the major organizations in Europe on a project called Storm that we use artificial intelligence to basically start understanding the fintech. It was in 2000, even before it was 97. And since then, I got really intrigued with how computers and artificial intelligence can be used in fintech. So first company, Strategy Runner, did offer a platform for automated trading for institutional and retail investors. We run in commodities, very regulated field. And then after I sold it in 2011 to MF Global, I decided to go on a journey of finding my own algorithms and utilizing artificial intelligence in my own trading. So I worked with different companies, different kind of direction and angles on these questions. Some of them were just running our own nostro with large capital. Some of them were to work with other hedge funds. Till in 2018, we decided to go into crypto. And for several reasons, and one of the main reasons is that we discovered that the market is really easy for modeling based on how we understand modeling. And that's why we launched operation of EndoTech in crypto. Before, EndoTech was not a name or brand name for a trading company. It was more the name for the technology. And we saw that, again, our modeling was really well accepted by crypto market. And we were running since then our algorithm. So the algorithm that you see is that they took place in 2018. And then, of course, they went through lots of modifications because of the execution, portfolio management, money management, and other elements. And also the very important part, the execution part. But it's, again, the operation took place in 18.
That's amazing. This call is meant to answer a lot of questions in the trading side, not in MLM side or smart contract side. It's only for trading purposes and to meet all leaders could personally have their questions in the trading answered. But I just want to let everybody know that Dr. Anna is extremely busy now, and it's 11 p.m. at night, so she's doing this call from home. She's not in the office as you see in a background office, right? That's just a cover. So I respect and I appreciate you, Dr. Anna, for taking a late call to help us for our leaders to understand the longevity of the company, the foundation of the company, and the foundation of D.AI.SY. D.AI.SY is actually based on EndoTech. If there was no EndoTech, there wouldn't be a D.AI.SY. That's 100% correct. Smart contract is only for distributing our funds and taking away all the MLM issues that most MLM companies have, like mismanage the funds and greed and corporate issues, right? And a smart contract, it's an easy process. It's a complicated system. At the same time, it's a transparent. Everybody sees. But I wanted you, Dr. Anna, to tell us what happens, the process when the smart contract funds exits from the smart contract and going into EndoTech side for you to develop this new AI and for purposes and trading. If you could talk about this part.
So this part we had to develop specifically for D.AI.SY. So first of all, we created the complete copy of our current technology and we set it on there's a new infrastructure. And then once one of the packages from the smart contract get deployed into a trading wallet, we see it with a specific technology that we developed, the scanner, that we see that this money came. We write it into our own database, and then we move it to Binance or other exchanges. Once the money is moved, we need to convert it from Tron to USDT, or we keep it in Tron on specific account. And then once it's transferred, we distribute it to 40 different strategies that run on D.AI.SY. So in order to make it smooth, we decided not to move every portion, every package. We kind of either wait for an hour to collect enough packages, or we wait for, let's say, $1 million to be collected. So again, it really depends on how the money flow to the system. But again, once we see this money transferred by the smart contract, we make a decision when to transfer it to the trading account, and then we make a decision when to transfer it to the full package of 40 strategies. And then once it starts trading, again, once the money is written on smart contract, immediately you get the information on the D.AI.SY application, where you can see that your money is accepted by us. So you see this line down there that it's accepted by us. Once we transfer it to trading, we write it with additional tag that we're saying that it's your balance now. It's not only accepted, it's your balance now. And then every time the trading proceeds with profit and losses, you will see it modifies your information as well. So it was quite tricky to develop the separation between the full fund and your funds. There's a separate funds for each client, but we did it, and you see that it doesn't matter when you enter. You enter today, you enter tomorrow, you will have correct participation within the fund.
No, and this all done automatically. It's a software.
Yes, it's automatic. It's not. Yes, we will not be able to sit and click every time. Yes.
Yeah, just making sure, because every second every transaction comes.
Yes.
Now, another question is, I remember we talked, and you said there's a time when the funds are coming in, and the software calculates from. How should I put this properly? There's a software. There's missing gap. There's a gap where it's missing. The funds didn't arrive to
yeah. So whether if they are still residing on the side of the smart contract and they did not move to the side of the trading account, you see this discrepancy within the application where you have live trading, which is below the original number. So you're kind of in the loss, but it's temporary loss till we move it. So we thought about this. It's kind of a marketing issue rather than real loss, right? So we thought about how to resolve it. We will do everyday synchronization. So even if we don't move it, you will see that it's still synchronized. So we'll do the synchronization. Maybe we will move the synchronization to do once per hour or something like that. So right now you might see that if the funds are coming really quickly, you might see these losses that are not really the losses, just the delay of funds going from smart contract to the trading.
Yes, it's funny. I'm reading a question. Somebody sent me a private. I know who sent me a private message, and I think he's asking the same question. Confusing part of often is shows initial deposits of less than 1 million, which we have been told is the minimum deposit for existing private accounts. I think that's the question we just talked about, right?
I don't see it. Where can I see it?
You don't see it. He sent me privately a message. Okay. Main question is whether or not the results posted on EndoTech Telegram channel are actual customer accounts or just examples, right?
Yeah, it's really counts. Actually, if you saw our last report for end of December, we just took 3 example accounts in 3 clients, and we posted their accounts, exact numbers, so you can see the client's account. Now, the tricky part of posting, we have thousands of accounts, so we cannot post all of them. So we're posting the average of all of our clients to all of our channels. So again, it's not specific accounts, it's more of an average of all accounts. So, and also if clients are managing their accounts, there is many situations, not many, but certain percent of the situations when clients add funds, reduce funds within the trading, they also might change composition of the coins. So we cannot be really responsible for each client account. We can be responsible for D.AI.SY because we are managing it, but not for clients' accounts. So again, everything that we post is always on real accounts, but again, it's most of the cases, some of the composite result of the accounts.
Yeah. Okay. So also a lot of questions I had from leaders. How is EndoTech able to execute larger trades, like a big trades? And I know you made your own software that exchanges don't have. I was wondering if you could kind of go a little bit over that.
Yeah, gladly. So what we did is we have several modules that help us do automated trading. So we have module for strategy re-optimization that is done automatically, that strategies are constantly verifying if the parameters are correct. We have a module of money management to decide how much money goes into each strategy. We have module of risk control, and we also have module of execution. So on the execution side, we understood fairly early that there is an issue with crypto markets. The liquidity is not that high to be able to rely on kind of vanilla orders of the exchanges. So we developed our own smart orders. They are relying on level 2 on the book. We're seeing what is the depth of the market, and we're making a decision how much we can eat out of this market during the execution. So, for example, 1 million or 2 million might take us 0.1% of the slippage, because we will use this book to place all the orders. So, and then whatever is not executed, we are looking at the market. If market is not volatile, we will just keep the entry price, and we'll do it again, and we'll do it again. So it's kind of TVAP and VWAP based on that we develop ourselves. Again, we try to work through exchanges. We worked with their institutional departments, but apparently our results are better than what they can offer with their tools. So we're working with Binance, Coinbase, and Gemini for this story. And again, the numbers that we received from their departments were somewhere between 0.6 and 0.8, and we are receiving 0.1 in our algorithms. So that's, again, we've been doing it for a while, and our expectation that it should be enough for the first $500 million. And after that, we're planning to add additional layer of load balancing between OTCs and this to take more volume.
That's a really good point. I hope people understand. I have a question here. Are the results net profits after all fees? Initial
Sure. Yes, always. Okay. We're coming from a commodities world where there is very strict regulation saying that you need to post results after the fees, otherwise it's misleading. So we post it as a fee. The only fee is that it's not taken into calculations the entry fee and exit fees, right? That because it's different for different brokers, different organizations. So in D.AI.SY, we will take it into consideration, our fees, but we don't have entry fees. We might have the exit fees.
Okay, good. Can you talk a little bit about third-party audit is going to do for us on a trading site without naming who they are, but they top 5 or top 4 in the world, right?
Top 5, top 4, yes. We decided that it's very important for us to keep the transparency is our flagship motive for EndoTech and D.AI.SY, and we will be doing a monthly audit with one of the top 5 companies. We're right now in the midst of finalizing it, of exact process of how we'll do this. So it's again, we will all the results that D.AI.SY will post, we will also do the audit with this company. So, whoever might be interested later can be sure that it's not only our teams that are doing the review. It's not only like Binance and Coinbase and others, but also external audit that is credible and verifying our results.
That's good. Also, I know you and we talked about potentially maybe do some screen recording of the trading accounts, all 40 accounts, like with the balance, with some trades, and posting.
Yes. Again, we do it because it's very nice to show that, also nice and important, because nice when the trade went very well, and you can show how we made additional 40%, 50% or whatever. But it's also important to show when things are not going well and to explain why, so people don't feel that we lost or we don't know what's going on. So we have module, which is administration model for the trading, where we can see each trade and we can see each information. Ed, would you like me to share the screen?
Sure, you can do that. Jenny, would you give her co-host?
Okay, so for example, on D.AI.SY account, I can show you the trade.
By the way, we're in a trade right now, aren't we?
We are in the trade, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm showing you our D.AI.SY account since there is no confidential information on this one. So you can see, this is the one, right? Okay, perfect. So we are talking, oops, sorry. Yes, so we're seeing the D.AI.SY information. So you can see a strategy that we're running. It's about 25, and in 2 of them you have 10 each. So the trade that I wanted to show you is actually this one. we entered with on the account of 910,000. We'll see it right now. We entered with sell 49 sell BTC. We can see the chart. The account started with 910, right? And then we entered with our BTCs. Right now, it's we saw the number, so we will go back to the final number. But the execution-wise, you can see that we entered with sell at the price of 3,586, right? We sold, okay. And we placed stop loss orders, but we sold on 49 lots on 35. And if you check the prices right now, we are with Bitcoin at 32, right? How much is it? 32,221. So we are making money on this one.
Okay.
And just to be on the safe side again, right now account made $90,000, right? Or am I mistaken? A little bit more, right? It's 100, a little bit less than 1,000, yes, 40,000, less than 1,000. So we are in this trade right now. We just started trading. We're long in that. We have some other trades. So again, it's just the beginning because we just accepted the money and we are waiting for the next bunch to arrive to start this. But this is what you will see. You will see for each of the strategies, the trades, the entries, the exits, and we can, think of what additional information you might need.
Okay, that's great. I saw there's a message. Here's the question. In the negative trade balance currently showing in our current dashboard accurate? Is that the result of the negative trade, or this is just the error from the reporting?
The main issue that we got for the current for the start is Tron conversion, right? Because Tron went down about 15% at the beginning of the trade, or of the when money came in. So there is a minor loss on the Tron conversion. We're thinking about solution for this issue, and we might for the further income of the funds we will offer it. I don't want to talk about exact technological way of how we will offer it, but it's primarily because of the Tron. It doesn't worry much because we're talking about 2%, and we are going forward to hundreds of percents we are in high risk, high return. So 2% for us is not a main issue. If it would be 10 on 20, then it would be an issue for the fund, but 2% it's not yet. So
that's good. So just so everybody know, if you look at the crypto market, I've been with EndoTech trading, and if you look, the crypto has almost, you could say, like 2-3 months you could be kind of in a struggle, nothing going on, and then you could just grow really fast for the next month, and then you have another 2-3 months almost nowhere, and then again going. So it's not like you should not expect daily profits, you should not expect weekly profits, but if you look over long term, that's the strategy of EndoTech using it, and that's why they can execute larger portions, because they're not doing every minute trades or every hour trades.
Actually, for almost 4 months, we decided not months, but 2 weeks, last 2 weeks, we decided not to trade because the volatility after the major move was too high, and we would be exposed to too high of a risk of making the wrong direction. So that's why there was no trading immediately after the end of the previous bullish move.
Exactly. And how does this decision come? Is it AI gives this decision?
Sure. There is a specific filters saying what type of volatility we are expecting, and when volatility is too low or too high, we don't trade. Again, just to explain why we're not worried about this 2%, because average volatility of Bitcoin is about 6%. So it's just daily volatility of the Bitcoin. So 2%, while it's painful because it's not in plus but it's minus, doesn't change much the long-term story. All
right, sounds good. I want to give opportunity to some leaders to maybe take a microphone and ask questions. I know we have, I think every person in here are really good leaders. So,
hey, Edward.
I can't pick one, but go ahead, Peter. I think that was you, right? I heard your voice.
Yes, awesome. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Edward, and of course, Dr. Anna, for taking the time to be here on this evening for you in Israel. So I have 2 questions. My first question is, if someone is coming into D.AI.SY and they are buying tier 1, they're putting in $100. Of that, $50 goes into EndoTech. If someone comes in at a much higher tier, for example, then they're putting in, let's say, tier 8, for example, then they're putting in 70%. into EndoTech. One of the questions that I had is basically, in accordance with this, if you had someone coming in at $100, for example, can you explain the endurance capability of that $50 being a profit over time and how that's actually possible?
Edward, do you like to answer, or I would like to answer it?
I think, well, obviously you should answer this.
Okay. So first of all, the 50%, of course, it's a high price to get in, right? But we want, at the first phase, it's very important for us to have crowdfunding so we can launch the DAISY project as super intelligence and to get our result to the next level and being able to scale into other markets and to be able to scale to the high probability. So for us, it's kind of strategic decision that we are taking. We're making a quick system that help us to get quickly to the result. So, but from other side, since we are in high risk, high return world, and we've shown over the last years that our profitability is 200% and higher per year, right? So even if you deposited only 50 and you got to profitability, I don't remember, Edward, we discussed about 400, right? Once we get to 400, then it covers all the expenses and it gives you a nice profit over your package. So again, if it would be in regular traditional markets trading, expecting 20%, 10%, then of course it's not reasonable to get into this project. But since we're talking about high risk, high return, then our expectations is around, higher than 100%. So when being higher than 100% means that you will get your $50 back from the first part of the package, from the marketing side of the package.
Yeah. Plus, I want to add, I always say this, if I would have an opportunity to get an equity of EndoTech, because I already know who's EndoTech, and I know that, I mean, it could be speculation predicting where EndoTech is going to be a year, 2, 5 years from now on, but I know who's behind it and I know what's our goals. So if I would have to, if this is the only way I could get equity without even trading part profits, I would have to pay $100 to get that small one share portion. I could just stop there and do that, and I would be happy because you're also acquiring equity by each crowdfunding you're getting, and so that's also a big part, in my opinion. I'm having a call from one of the top leaders, and he is from this group too, but I don't know why he's calling me. I don't know why he's not on this call. Interesting. He should be on this call.
So that's a great answer. Let me just ask my second question before I forget, and thank you for that response, Dr. Anna and Edward. So my second question is, how do you differentiate between which particular strategies of the, I believe, 20 strategies that you have, or 20 plus strategies that you have, how do you differentiate which strategy that you are going to actually take a certain amount of that, let's call it deposit, and put that into EndoTech for it to create a profit over time? Is that dependent on the amount of money that is there, or is it dependent on something else?
No, it's everybody gets piece of each strategy. So even if you deposited $100, it's distributed between all strategies. We do not put your money into one strategy. We're just getting the funds and we distribute them between all of them. So from your point of view, you shouldn't worry about which strategy you get. You get all of them. You're getting the fund.
Perfect. Okay, great.
So again,
Thank you so much.
It took us time to figure out how to create this, how you call it, virtual accounts of the clients, so we can show for each client, each crowdfunding member, right, how much of the contribution he gets from the fund. But we did it, and now it's, again, we're doing it by time. So whenever you enter it, we're just calculating the profits of each period, and then we calculate it for you. So it's you shouldn't be worried when you enter it, or it's just from this point and further. So just think about S&P. It's like you would invest in S&P. So when you start it, and then when you exited the fund, and enter it S&P and exit it. So this is the same.
Understood. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Peter. Anyone else?
Edward, yes. Can I ask a question? And thank you also for arranging the call, and Jenny and Dr. Anna. With the trading, you've mentioned that you put in, let's say, $1 million, or you're waiting, let's say, for $1 million to come in and go into a trade rather than do it every single time a package goes. When the trade completes, at what point does the profit come back to all of the members? Is that daily, or is it weekly? Is it monthly, or how does it come back to us from your trading strategy?
Okay. So what we decided to do is following: is first of all, we discourage to take profits from very simple reasons, because we are long term, And if we're, for example, doing 200% a year, with compound effect, it rises to 500 and something, right? So we want compound effect for the clients, for the crowdfunding members. So compound effect means that you should not withdraw your profits. You should wait for end of the year and then end of the phase. But from other side, we don't want people to feel that we are preventing them from doing something. So at any point, you can withdraw your profits. At any point.
Okay. And that's shown separately in the new app, is it? So we can see what our balance is like for mine.
Yeah, you're seeing your available payout. You will see your available payout, right? Right now it's hidden because there is no payout to pay, right? But once you get the profits, you will see how much you can withdraw from the profit. And then you can click the button and you will receive your profits. Now, it might take up to 1 hour just to process all the information because we will be we're keeping specific pool, specific part of the money for withdrawals. And then if it's not enough, we need to decide which strategy is not in position and how to rebalance it, right? But in principle, you can withdraw at any time. It shouldn't be an issue.
So based on what you've just said then, for example, I'm on level 9, and I think the last time it showed me I was on 33,000 or something in the pool. Let's say I have $3,000 come back in profit. I then get the option to put that 3,000 back into my 33 and make it into 36,000 that's then trading. Or I can withdraw
not really. It's like you can buy a new package. You cannot put money back to the fund. You can buy a new package, but then you need to share it with the network. So it's not really an option.
You can, so we buy a level 2 or a level 3 package.
Yeah, you need to buy the next level. Yes, you need to buy next level.
I understand how that works.
But then you're paying to the network for this retention.
One more thing, Dr. Anna. I think it's a proper way to say it's automatically compounds for him as long as he doesn't withdraw. I think he's asking a question that funds that you earn, like that rewards you, it shows that if you're not touching them, the next trade goes in, those funds are going to be in a trade.
Yes, yeah, sure. It's compound. We compound. We don't do the fix. We compound.
You don't need to.
So it's always being used unless we collect.
Yes.
Right. Okay, perfect.
Again, we discourage to have dividends only because, again, if we will decide that we overachieved, we will then encourage dividends for some money, but otherwise we discourage it.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Okay. There's another question. Do we have to buy next year with, I think this is the question we were just talking about, if we want the trade with our money? Oh, it's actually, we were just covering this, or it's enough for just little profits. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I have a question. I was wondering, when can we actually withdraw the initial deposit, the investment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Edward?
Yes. So this is here's the thing. There is no initial. First of all, crowdfunding. There's a beginning and there's an end. Crowdfunding legally you cannot. This is not the funds you give to trade. You crowdfund the project development of project, right, to develop this new super AI. So while we're in this crowdfund stage, you cannot request. There's no principal. There's no initial deposit. That was a crowdfunding contribution for the development. Anytime the EndoTech has profits from working with these funds for development purposes, they will reward you as a reward, right? You can request that initial portion that left from your contribution. It's going to be available to you. The way it's going to be available to you, this is already on our site, the way we made it. Once we've registered the fund, once it's going to be a hedge fund or registered fund, we're going to take this portion of every participant and turn it into a hedge fund. And at that moment, it becomes your principal. At that moment, you have it available to take it at any time you want it. But now, anything you crowdfunding, legally, you have no way, and legally, we're not allowed to give and call this as a principal. That's a law of crowdfunding.
Understood. Thank you.
Edward, can I ask one question on that? Is that principle based on a time period or a monetary value before you convert into a hedge fund?
Two things, time limit and how fast we get to hedge fund, because we might get to a hedge fund before time limit. Now, the part of development of question to Dr. Anna, how long is it going to take you to develop this new AI, right? Or another question to us, we were the leaders here, right? How long is it going to take us to reach our, to raise this funds, $500 million into a trading fund, which is close to $1 billion, somewhere right there. So, and then, but going back into all those questions, I think it's the soonest is going to be once we register the fund. And we actually, this is our, right now, this is our #1 priority to register the fund and turn all this crowdfunding into trade fund. And once we turn it into a trade fund, because we grow really fast, and I know with this new launch, we're going to be growing a lot faster because there's not going to be glitches and issues that stopped us before for the growth, right? So this is our priority, to get registered fund. That's where it's going to start from. And it's hard to say exactly time, but.
Thank you so much, Edward and Dr. Anna. This is Alicia Jones. I'm just wondering, because of course I was told a little bit last minute to jump on, but have you already addressed at what point we will be able to start rolling again? Have you already been able to give that information yet?
You're talking about the turn on back the system on?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. Well, first of all, until we're 100% complete, and we're very close. We're very close. We're at the testing process right now, and we're gonna have a call my time tonight, the UTC, and this is what we're gonna be updating all of you guys, and that's the call. You should definitely join if you can. If not, there's gonna be recorded call. It's gonna be placed on Telegram official channel, but yeah, we'll update you hopefully. We
have to wait. You're not going to give us a little bit.
It's going to be early this week. It's going to be this new week coming up.
Okay.
I don't know. It's very difficult I don't want to say the dates. I
understand that totally.
But we're very close. We're very close.
Okay. I understand. No worries. I appreciate.
It's not going to be Monday.
You want it to be a Monday, right?
Yes, Tuesday.
I want it to be today.
I want it to be never stopped and going, right? We all want it, but this is for our own benefit, guys. We have to complete all our testing, we have different companies doing tests, all kinds of things. So we don't want to run into the finish again.
We're okay with that. I want you to know, please make sure we're ready. We don't want to have to do it 3.0. So we appreciate that, definitely.
We're going to be like iPhone. We're going to be like iPhone. We're going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, only good in a good way. This is 2.0.
Yeah.
You know, the next.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I have a question, real quick. So really, D.AI.SY partnering with EndoTech. I know a lot of people be asking the question, when can I pull out? Which my team is clear that it's not an investment platform. It's you buy into the levels and you get rewards for it. So would it be realistic to even tell people, hey, this is right now. The matrix is something you can make right now, but that should be something you should not be looking to take out in the next week or so, get rewards and try to take it out. Maybe some little long term, 4 to 6 months or something like that.
Good question.
Maybe even a year.
Yeah, like Dr. Anna just said, it's actually, in my opinion, it's your choice, right? If you want your money to grow, you want the compounding, right? The compounding effect is huge, right? If you just want some rewards, as soon as you have rewards, feel free to take them. But if you want the real rewards, you want your money to work for you, wait 6 months, wait a year. Dr. Anna, you're
Edward, additional point that we didn't mention is actually 2 points that I want to mention, that we as a network, right, as a company, we decided that we will do at least one withdrawal of the profit share per 6 months, right?
Oh, yes. Good point. Good point. So here's the thing. If you don't withdraw, and I know why we did this, because of my Japanese team, actually. If you decide not to withdraw anything for more than 6 months, what's going to happen, the system will take from your profits 30% out. It will pay 15% to all the commissions to all the crowdfunders, the community, the commissions, right? And then in a 15% is going to the fees for EndoTech and the founders together. So basically, that doesn't take, it compounds for 6 months, and then 30% from that profits will go away, right? And you can compound that and compound. The reason we did this because we have people who will not touch the money for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. They'll just never take the money. They'll be compounding and compounding, compounding. Then what happens is if you have a big group in your downline and they never withdraw, that means back end money you never get paid that 15% that was going. So that's why we put it every 6 months. There's going to be that portion is going to be withdrawing. That's what Dr. Anna wanted to mention.
Yes, but it's again, it's decision of the network of when and how. And right now it seems reasonable to us 6 months, but down to the project, we will make a decision whether we want to add additional exit points for this profit sharing. So at the moment, it's every 6 months.
Sorry, it's your personal decision, and it depends on your situation. But if you're that person, like you want your money to work and you feel confident, then you want to compound as long as you want it. You might want to take some of your profits out to break even and then compound. Depends who you are.
Edward, and an additional question, actually. So in looking at the roadmap, the next segment that we're looking at essentially is to come into, and correct me if I'm wrong, but to come into the Forex market. Is that correct? So,
Anna, please tell us the link to this. Yes.
It's again, we are as EndoTech, we're coming originally from other markets, not crypto market. So our entry points is commodities, Forex, and ultra ETFs. So we plan to start with Forex just because it's easy entry point from execution, from a liquidity point of view, from the algorithm that we have into the Forex. Again, I don't want to give exact dates, but this is within 6 months for sure we want to be there.
Yeah, thank you, Peter, for bringing this up. I was thinking of this thing earlier in the stage to say it, and when there's another question, but this question, I think we already talked about this. I know he entered the room later. He says, how many % you will get daily? How often is the trading? When do we start making money after investing $100? I know he's asking not for himself, because another guy he's asking for probably his people. And there is no daily percentage. How often is the trading? We just talked about. If you missed, there's going to be recording. When do we start making money after investing? As soon as the trade goes in, and if it's a positive trade, there's profits, and you can withdraw or you can compound. Go ahead, yeah.
So Dr. Anna, so you trade Forex and crypto with your AI systems?
Yes, we trade right now as a DAISY fund, we trade only crypto. We will be adding Forex and other markets down the road in our roadmap. So as a market, only crypto.
Yeah, background. And I mean, your experience in Forex and equity is way more and way longer than in crypto, right?
That's correct. So we trade our own Nostro fund, over 150 million in high frequency market, in active, high frequency systems. With active systems, we made about 27 unleveraged % per month. So we were doing really, interesting stuff with Forex back in 2012. Since then, we repeated this over the several years with different partners. So right now we are waiting to restart it as part of the DAISY.
Now, while we're at this subject, do you have that? Can you screen share with us, if you have it close to you, the difference between crypto trading, your AI, and a Forex trading?
Yeah, I prefer not to. I prefer not to, because it's like it's exact numbers. I prefer not to. Actually, I don't want to get the hopes high. The main idea is that when we are in crypto market, then as we said, we are looking for long trends coming 5-6 times a year. So we might experience anywhere between 2 and even 3 months of a lack of performance, right? Or very, very small take of performance. But with Forex, since it's much more active systems, we might expect being profitable most of the weeks, right? Even most of the days sometimes, but we're talking about profitability, which is daily and weekly. So again, I don't want to talk about something which is not there yet, right? Yeah. Even that we experienced it before, but we don't have it part of the DAISY. So I will not,
It's okay. It's okay. It's
okay. I don't want to make disclaimers before it happens.
Exactly. We're here for a very, very, very long term, right? It's not something short and done. But if you looked at the like charts, crypto and Forex strategies, the crypto is going like this, boom, jump, and it jumps, right? The Forex just goes more like a straight line, right? So there's more because of a lot more trades. So that's
correct. That's correct. And
that would be awesome.
Yeah, that's really would simplify for our crowdfunding to see, and enjoy this more of the daily and weekly profits. But from other side, again, we're not there yet, so we need to get as part of our roadmap. There are lots of not even technological, but other things that we need to go through in order to enable it. So again, it's a road that we need to go through. But I would very much like to say that for me personally, the crowdfunding money that we get into the DAISY for super intelligence AI, I think this what will take EndoTech and DAISY to the level that this company will be worth more than just its results, because we will be doing new type of technology, we'll be doing new type of results. And even that right now we are very much into the smart contract, and we're very much into the what type of trading we have. I think once we start to showing you what type of new information and results and new type of results we're getting with D.AI.SY, with our original idea for the project, I think it might switch for you the understanding where the value is in this project. It's not necessarily in initial marketing, or it's not necessarily in trading results, but it's actually in the value of the EndoTech, value of the D.AI.SY. So it's just my explanation.
That's awesome. Guys, let's have a couple more questions. It's almost midnight for Dr. Anna, and I know she's not going to go to bed. She's still going to work for another 2, 3, 4 hours, right?
Yeah, it's hard to keep my face.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Edward, one more additional question, which I know is on people's minds, which I don't know if it's been fully talked about or not. It's an important question. So, and it's this, Dr. Anna, this question is specifically to you. Will the trades that are executed on people's accounts, will they be able to actually, one, will they be able to verify those trades? And two, will they be able to see those individual trades being done?
You're not talking about VIP, right? About the D.AI.SY fund.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Again, we are not creating 100,000 or 1 million of small accounts where we trade for D.AI.SY. For D.AI.SY, we have a fund where we have sub accounts for each type of strategy. So it will be literally hundreds and thousands of orders, which will be smart orders, will be different type of orders to execute it. So these orders will be per fund, not per client's account. And again, they will be quite complicated orders. It will not be just one order saying buy or sell. Okay, right now we are in very small funds. So for 1 million, I can place one smart order. But once it will go to 10 million, I will need to place 10 orders to do the same. So our dilemma kind of in the marketing side of the story is whether to show all this information to the community, because again, it's very much trading information. It's your small part of thousands of orders that happens. So we will show the result on the daily and even on the hourly way of the fund. We will do the audit, monthly audit of verifying that each trade that we placed is correct. But you as a client, you don't have specific sub account in Binance or Coinbase. You have virtual account in D.AI.SY. Your part is a virtual part. It's just the money that you placed in. It's kind of goes into one part of the trading funds. So again, we can. One of the worries to show all the trades to everybody is that people will start do, reverse engineering of the algorithm. And I'm sure that even now, other teams trying to, piggyback on our ideas. So the question is whether we want to risk it and to allow to all the competitors to see exactly how we do smart orders, how we take the trades to try to mimic what happens. Right? And also if they get in as one of the clients and we give this information in real time, then they might try to, again, just join this ride and have their own funds traded with our signals. So we don't want this to happen. So the information will be limited to the way that you see the results. You have monthly performance, which is audited, right? And we will show 1-minute videos of the performers, like of the worst performers, of the best performers, so you can get the feeling of what's going on. If network will be very interested in to give more explanation, we can think together. We have educational materials about the methodologies, the specific algorithms. We can think together of what you might need to show to your community. But otherwise, I would not want to. Again, it's just global operations that we cannot risk that other companies will try to piggyback on our signals, on our methodologies, and things like that.
Exactly. Also, guys, remember, this is a crowdfunding. This is not you're not depositing for trading. You're crowdfunding the project, right? So there's also, from the legal standpoint, a lot of stuff. Probably we're already giving more information than maybe we should. I don't know. We have to check with our lawyers how much we can update you on the trading side, right? But there's definitely going to be videos showing some trades, balances of accounts, so you'll see it matches with yours, right? Then there's going to be a third-party audit. Top 5 in the world best audit companies, right? So on that part, guys, this part I feel the most confident than any other parts of this. And this is why, again, we started this. D.AI.SY started because of here, Dr. Anna, EndoTech. This is why. There's a couple other questions.
Edward, again, it's high risk, high return. So even that we're confident in our previous results, we're working on our best to get through this year and through the next year with the same results. Again, we don't know what the market will throw. Once diversification kicks in, of course, it will help to stay. But again, we are high risk, high return, and this needs to be very clear. We're not promising, we're not guaranteeing.
Yes, 100% agree with that. 100%. I think everybody knows and understands this. What I'm saying is, what I'm confident is, this is real. The trading part is very, very real. Dr. Anna and EndoTech is really real, because a lot of people still sometimes ask questions if this is real, right? That part, I know we can deliver, but it is high risk, high rewards. So that comes with it. Now, there's a question: when will people begin to register again? That will be entered later, not tonight, but in exactly 10 hours. There's a call in 10 hours. We're going to go over that. Then somebody asked, when trading on gold and silver? I'm not sure what they mean. Maybe they
we're trading gold and silver. We will definitely add the commodities. I don't have exact date, but it's definitely one of the first ones that we will be adding in parallel to Forex. We will think about how to start launching it, give us another month to make our own roadmap for the release of different markets. But definitely gold and silver is on our plate, definitely.
Hi, Edward. Just a quick Yeah, hi, thank you. It's really a pleasure to meet you, Dr. Anna Becker. Going back to the trading part, are the VIP the VIP member, are we going to be able to see the trading?
Yes, yes, definitely, yes. For you, what we will do, we will create simplified version of the DAISY, right? So you will enjoy still all the breakdown, all the portfolio that we use for DAISY, but it will be simplified. So each of the VIPs accounts will get a little bit modified version of each algo. So it will not be the same, but you will get the same composition of the portfolio.
No, a little bit more clarifications on the VIP account, guys. VIP account, you set up your own account on your own Binance account or Coinbase Pro, so you have access to it. And then when it comes for the 20%, you send this 20% to EndoTech. You do it. So it's in 100% your control. So you have access and see. So that's the transparency you get. You see all the trades because it's on your account. You're in control.
So almost completely independent then, pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah. You connect it through API key to their AI.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr.
Becker. It's exactly 1 hour since we started the call. Dr. Anna, last thing you want to say something to all the leaders?
Yeah, I would like to thank you all, because the start of the project was very impressive, and we are eager to continue working on DAISY, on our super intelligence, and on the plans that we have for a long time. And again, thank you for enabling it. It's really exciting for us, because it's our dream to deliver this network, deliver this technology. And I think nobody even started to dream about this type of technology, and we already started to do that. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I hope that within a short time, we will be able to show you some first results, some first things that are happening with this technology, and how exciting it is, not only for us, but also for you and for the community.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anna. And I want to thank every single leader, because we're all creating DAISY, all of us. We're all responsible for protect DAISY project and to build DAISY project. So thank you, everyone. This call is officially done. Jenny, thank you for setting up. Shohan, thanks, everyone.